及同门，大家午安，大家好，欢迎大家再次来参加苏莫传世间读书会。今天我们读书会为大家邀请到西雅图释连满上师来与大家分享师尊的开示集《佛学总说》第675册。让我们以热烈的掌声欢迎连满上师。现在我们先请真佛波业藏基金会的代表献上供养，以表诚挚的谢意。
Is it okay?
接下来我们一起来聆听连满上师的导读。
Let's listen to his teaching. First of all,
恭敬合掌，顶礼根本诚心
sincerely
上
palms
师，
together, pay homage
一历
to
代
our
传
Guru
承
Living
祖
Buddha
师，
Lian-Sheng, the lineage Buddhas,
彩虹雷江寺
the
坛
Rainbow
城三宝，
Temple, and the three treasures in the shrines.
各位尊敬的上师、各位法
The
师、
Honorable Masters,
教授师、 讲
Dhamma
师、
Professor, Reverend,
助教、各位
Dhamma
同门，大家
Assistants,
下午好。
Dhamma Teachers, Dhamma Brothers and Sisters, and over the webcast.
今天
Good
都是
afternoon to all.
继续讲
And today, we'd like to
前
continue
几堂有讲过这个佛学总说，
the
那
teachings
过去呢就
of
讲
the
过
Buddha, the
这
overview
个
of Buddha Dharma.
信、
And
解、行
this is a continuation, the Dhamma talk
再来就讲到
that few
很
lessons
多
ago.
修法方面、事法跟理法方面的。
In this
今天
teaching,
呢，就
we
继续就跟
mention
大家讲
about，the theory
讲到
and also
在
the practical
我们讲到这个事法，
Dharma.
就
Now
是
let's
很
talk
多人
about
有这个
the
讲法
theory.，A lot of people,
我
this
皈
is
依了
what
这么
they
久，
say.
好
I've
像
took
师尊
refuge
都
for
没
a
有
long
教我
time.
法，
Like Grandmaster never
从来都没有。
has never taught us
那
the
这
Dharma
个
yet.
讲法呢，
Never
就很
has.
多人产生疑问了。
And even till today,
那
has
是
never
不
been.
是师尊
Is it
要亲
a lot of
自
people
在我面前
say that?
一个对一个这样子，才是教我们佛
What
法
is
呢？
Dharma teaching? Is it has to be face to
所以
face,
这个
one
就
on one.
是要大家都要清楚的。
This is why today I want to
所
make it
谓
clear to
学习
everyone.
佛法，
What is learning the Buddha
在
Dharma?
释迦牟尼佛时代
At the
也
time
是
of
这样
Shakyamuni
子，
Buddha,
他也不是一个对一个的讲，因为讲
Shakyamuni
佛法
Buddha did not teach
是
one on one
全部讲出来，
because
很多人
Dharma
都
should
能
be
够
spread
听，
out
也
and
很多人
have
能
give
够
the
学。
opportunity that everybody can listen
所以
at
我
the
们
same
要
time
先
and
了解
learn at the same
佛法
time.
本来就是融合在我们的生活
You have
当
to
中，
understand that actually
并
the
不是
Dharma
说，哦，我来
should
教
be
你一个
used
很特别的
in
法
the，midst of the daily life.
这个法我只是跟你讲，
So
不
Dharma
是的，
is not
没
one
有
on one. It's a
法
private
是公
lesson.
开，大
Dharma
家
is
都可以
open.
学。
Everybody can learn.
当然了，很多人
Equal
就问，
opportunity. A lot of people
但是师尊有
have
讲
asked,
过啊，
but Grandmaster once
以前学
said
密法是一
in
个
the old
法
times,
不全六耳，
Tantra
意思就
Dharma
是说
is taught
单
in a
对单，
fashion that
但是
passing
这
on
是
from
非常
year
大
to
的
year,
法，
not
是非
one
常
on one.
重要的
Yes, but
法，
this applies to
你
a
只
very,
可以
very
适合你个
in-depth,
人
high level
特别去
of
修的法，
a Dharma
才
teaching
会
that
这样
suits
子
the individual.
因为师尊从他开始弘法，
The
传给
starting
大家
time
的法，
From the
大部
beginning,
分
when
都是公
grandmasters,
开的，
when
很
grandmasters
少
start teaching
会
the
说
Dharma
我
It's
只
all
是传给
open
你一个，没有，
publicly, and
都是
grandmaster
公
did
开在大
not
法会的时候
teach
传法
one。on one,
而且
especially
呢，
not
我们要
in
清楚了解
a open
佛
ceremony
法，
that open to the public, to everyone.
并不是说
Passing
今
the
天讲给
transmitting
你
the
的
Dharma.
才是佛法，不是的。
It's not just
真
if
正来
grandmaster
讲，
teach you one on one, then is the
在
real
行
Dharma
住
teaching. But
作
it's
恶
not.
都是
In
在
fact,
讲佛法。
Dharma applies
我们
to
平常可以看到师尊
everything.
一切的
or
行
your
为，
daily action,
他在讲
your daily
话，
lifestyle, how
他
you
在
speak, how
讲
you
每一
walk,
种东西的
how
时
you
候，
sit. Lisa and
所
Grandmaster
讲
keep
出
on
来的事
teaching.
情，
Look, you talk about
就是我
everything
们所
about
学
daily
习的
life. In
佛法。
fact, how you conduct yourself
第一
in
个，
your
我
daily
们最
life.
简单的，
And
师
that
尊是
is
非
teaching
常
the
守
Buddha
时，
Dharma. Look,
每天
Grandmaster,
的做事都是
Grandmaster,
我们要学习的
it's
地方。
everything he does is
那
on
我
time.
们能
This
不
is what
能
you
到
must
学到师
learn.
尊
Everything he does
这个
is in
准
order.
时
Can you
这
be
种
like Grandmaster? Everything you do
很守
right on
时，
time.
这个是非常重要
In
的，
that this is very
因为我
important
们在生活
because
当中常常都
because
会把这个忘掉。
often
人家约你多
we
少
forget a
什
lot
么
of
时候，
things. People ask you to be there at
我
certain
们心
time.
呢都会想到没关系啦，晚
We
一点
often
没
say
关
that's
系
all
啦
right. A little later, it's
每一
okay.
趟晚一点点，到最后你就晚了1个小时，
You
甚
may
至
be
乎
late a little bit.
半
The
天，
little bit maybe could be a whole
这个
day,
是
could be
很
half
危
the
险的
day.
事情。
That's dangerous.
我们要想一想，我
You
们
gotta-
人生
This
的
is how
时
you
间
think.
很短
What，about your life?
人生的时间很短。
Your life is
如果我们每一天
not that
都
long.
把时间拖下去，
And then if you
我
always
们的寿命
procrastinate,
可能没有办法再延续。
and in
这个
fact
就是
you
我
may
们
not
损失的不是人
be
家，
able to
损失
continue.
的是自己。
Your life will not
你
last
学习东
forever.
西，
So when you
你
learn,
每一天
you got
少半个
to
小时，你就少很
hang
多
on
了。
to the time. If
所
you
以
lose
我
half
们
an hour
可以
every
看
day,
到，
over time,
在这种
you
方法
you
里
would have
面，
lost
就是
countless
教
of
我
time.
们，我们学习佛法，第一
But
个
Grandmaster
是要守时。
had taught us that
那
the first you have to
再
hold
加
is
上
be on time,
师尊每
be
天
mindful.
很有规律的，
And Grandmaster
他写
life
作
is very,
没有
very
停止，
conduct
每天
everything
都有
orderly.
做，
Every day
大家可以
he
想
writes
象得到。当然啦，大家
every
每天
day
都有工作，不是每一个人都
he
能够跟
draw
师尊一样啊，
and
能
yes,
够
everybody have
把
different
生活
lifestyle.
每
You
天都
work.
这么规律的。
You may be because of
所以这
situation
个
you
呢
would，
我
not
们当然是可
have
以针对自己的生活的情
your
况，
life planned
所
exactly
以
how
我
you
们不
wanted.
能说
You may not do
师
maybe
尊
have
没有教过我们，
the
师
opportunity
尊每
to
天
do
都在教
things
我们。
exactly
只要
same
我
time,
们要学习到
every
师
day
尊每天讲出
same
来
time
每
do the
一
same
句
thing
话
as
都是
have
佛
you have
法。
planned. But
当
you
然
gotta
我
know
们要
that
想一
everything
想，很多人
that
说，
you
然后为什么
do
师尊会这样子啊？
in
为什
your
么
daily
会师
practice
尊这
is
样
your
子啊？
dharma. A lot of people thinking
师尊做的
start
事情，
to question how come
师尊
Grandmaster
不会
conduct
迷
things
失，
in such fashion.
这个是问
you
题
gotta
上就在这个地
remember,
方，因为
Grandmaster
他
would
是
not
一个
get
进悟的人，
lost
他做什么
in
东西
whatever he
不
does
会迷失。
because
但是
he
我们在
is
学习当
an
中的人，
enlightened Buddha that
都要
has
自己
achievement.
对自己
He
负
would
责
not。get lost. Do you know we all have to be
师云
responsible
常讲，
for our own action?
见
Grandmaster
山
had
不
once
是山，
said, when you see a
见
mountain,
水
it's
不是
not a
水。
mountain. When you see the
但
water,
是我
it's
们呢，
not water.
怎么能够做到这样子呢？
But how would you
师
be
尊用
able
一个非常好的
to have the
比喻，
skill to do the same
哦
thing?
我们
Grandmaster
讲
give us
分
an
这个
example.
分3个部分，
Now,
分3个部分。
Grandmaster
那什么
explained
3个
it
部
in
分？
3 different parts.
第一个叫
First,
见山是山，
when you see the mountain,
然后我们就要
you see
看
as
怎么
mountain.
为见山
What
是
does that
山
mean?。
我们讲
You see things
一个
as
人，
is. For
你
example,
今天看到一个美女，
today you see a pretty
看到一个
old
美
woman.
女，你会看到她，哦，很漂亮，
You
你感
you
觉到她
you will
很漂亮，
look at this face and
这
think,
个就
oh,
是
she's
见
gorgeous.
山是
So
山。
that what means is, when you see a
那
mountain,
第二个部分呢，
you see it as mountain. But the
就
second
是
part
见
is,
山不是
when
山
you。see the
怎
mountain,
么叫
you
见
don't
山
see it
不是
as
山？
mountain. What do you mean by
因为
that?
刚才所讲的，
Because what we
你
have
是
just
刚
mentioned,
刚起步，
when you first start,
你刚刚起步，
When you first
当你
stepped
走进第二
learning,
步的时候，
you see mountain as
你
mountain,
已
but
经
when
进
you
了
walk
真正
into a
修行
second
了。
stage,
你进了
because you
真正
already
修行的时
enter
候，譬如
into
说你
the
已
state
经在
of
修白
practice
骨
the
观
Dharma，cultivation. That means when
你在修白
what we
骨
mean
观的
is
时候，
you are
你
practicing
看
the
到这个美女，
skeleton visualizations.
你
What
马
does that
上就
mean?
观想，
Visualize,
它
cultivate
是一副白
skeleton
骨，
Dharma practice. So when you see a pretty
你
woman,
不会
you
再
see
受她
the
的影响。
skeleton of her. Why?
那这
Then
样
you
子，
would not get
你
affected,
已经进入第二个
influenced by her
情绪了。
appearance, that you be able to
你
remain
见山
stable.
就不是山了，
So this is what he
这个就
this
是
is what
我们要了解这个
Like he-
修行的你的
When you
过
see
程
the
就这
mountain,
样子。
it's
再
not
来
about-
第三个
So
部
this
分，
is just a natural
见山
advancement in
也
the
是山。
practice. Now the third stage, when
那
you
为
see the
什么会这
mountain,
样子呢？
you see it is mountain.
就是
Now what is
第
going
三个
on
部
here?
分，你看到美女
So when you see
还是
a
美女，
beautiful woman, she
你
is a
不会
beautiful
受这个美
but
女
you
影
do
响
not
你，
let her
使到你
beautiful look
迷失的方向。你
that
因
you
为
get
第
lost.
三个
Your
情绪，
heart
你已
still
经进入了，
remain in
你
stability.
不受这个
Why? Because you
外
already
向
have
所影响你。
achievement that you would not
所
let
谓第一个
the
景象，你看
circumstances
到见山是
or
山，
what you
你
see
是因为
affect
这个
you.
环境出现了，
You would not
你就受
bound
这个
or
环境一直
influenced,
在影响你。
affected by
这个
what you
环
see,
境
what you
会使得我
feel.
们很容易迷失。
Because if you are trapped
这
by
个
what
叫
you
见
see,
山是
it's
山。
easily you get lost. So that's why the
再来
first
你见山不是山，
stage is when you
所
see
以
a mountain,
你
it's
真去
mountain.
修行
Now
了，
the second step, because
你
you
已
already
经心有一个
you
定境在
want
里面，
you
你
as a
不会再
cultivator,
受这种
you are
环境
learning
的影响你
on
了，
how to remain
你不受
stable.
环境影响你，
If you do not let
但是
what's going
你
on
很
around you
害
to
怕，
affect you,
很害怕
but
受
because
到
you
环
are
境影响你的，
because
那
although
你
you
就要躲
have the
起来修
intention
行。
to keep
所谓
your
躲起来，
keep
就是我们
yourself
所讲的
stable
闭
and not
关
be affected, and then what
不
happened?
希望
Because out
有
of
外境
fear,
影
you
响
do
你。
not want
那
to
这种
let
情况之下，你
the
修行
environment
就
that affect
离
you.
开了
Then
刚
you
才
go
所
into
讲的
retreat,
外向会影响到你。那个时
and
候，
then you
你
you
就变
focus in
成
your
你
practice.
自己在守戒了。
So when in your
你就
retreat,
因为你在
you
这个
are
环境
holding
中
the precept,
你怕
abiding the
外面的
precept
种种的环境影响你，
in
来
full
闭
will
关修行
because you
来
do
闭
not
关修
want
行，那你就不
the
会着
outside world to
哦
affect you.
外面的
That's
像
why you
环境
determine
对你一点
to
都没
cultivate
有影响，这个非常
isolations.
重要的。
This
你
is
知道第三呢，
this is very
你
important.
修行了，已
You
经
want to
达到成就
because
了
you're aiming for
你
achievement.
证悟了
Now,
你了解一
because
切
of
外
your
向都是假象，
determination
你不会再
and
受
you have
种种
attained
的诱
achievement,
惑。
you
但
have
是你所看的
stability,
东西
you have
完全都是
realizations,
真实
then
的。
you know that you
你
will
在
not be
真
affected
实
by what
见
you
里
see,
面
what you feel,
了解到
because you have
到
attained
最
true
后这个都
realizations.
是没有的，
Because you
都
understand
是空
everything
的。
is
你
void,
心已经
everything
在
is emptiness,
空的境界
everything
里
is a
面，
mirage. You are
但是
living, your heart
你
is
看
living
到
in
像
void and
你不
emptiness.
会给
As a
像
result,
所
you
影
will
响。
not let what
那
you
最近
see,
都会讲到
the form, to
一开
affect
始
you.
第一个
You
都
will
是
still
环
remain
境
stable.
来杀我们的境，
And in fact,
因为环境影响我们，
your
使我
surrounding
们的心
can
受了
affect
影
you
响。
because your heart will be
你直到
affected.
第三个情绪，你进入了，你的心
But
能够
when you
拒绝
attain
种种的外向，
achievement, when you have
能
achievement
够
and
杀
stability,
境，
then you would be able
这个
to
就是达到非常高的境界。
you'll
你
be
不会
able
受所有的外
to
向
kill
影响
off, eliminate
修
the
行的
surrounding
that
affect you. So Dharma, learning the Dharma, you learn step by step. You have to understand learning the Dharma, receiving teaching. In fact, it's all Dharma. How you speak, how you hold your righteousness, and all of this, it's the foundation. So you cannot misunderstand Grandmaster that he did not teach you Dharma, because the Dharma, to build your foundation, is practice the Dharma in your midst of the daily life. Now, you gotta understand also life is full of suffering. So how will you be able to understand what is suffering? There's a lot of different types of sufferings. Being born, age, and then fall into sickness, then you die. Because the minute you are born in this life, for destiny, that you will age and you will get sick. Then at the very end, you will die. This is the path of life. It doesn't matter what background you are. Doesn't matter you have any religion background, you have any belief or not, but no one can free from being born, age, fall in sickness, and die. So this is called the absolute truth. Can anybody go against this real truth? So once you understand this, life is suffering. And suffering, of course, there's many types. Because you're disappointed, because your wish is not fulfilled, and togetherness and separations is also a kind of suffering. And also you're suffering from your desires. Maybe all this suffering to you is not very serious, but actually you are affected for sure. When you're sick, you're lying in bed, you're bedridden, you have no knowledge. How are you going to help yourself to get well from the sickness, or hope that you will not get sick again? Maybe you're sick to a point you need to be hospitalized. And then you start to think, why? I'm suffering so bad. How am I going to release this suffering from illness? You start to feel sad, you start to have worries, and you start to have trouble. How do you free from this troublesome? So what is troublesome means? That will affect you to become unhappy. So how are you going to be able to free from it? I tell you, we are very, very fortunate. This Grandmasters has written book number 275. The name of this book, The Pitfall Teaching of Liberation. This book will be published when it comes out. I strongly telling you right now, you need to read this book, because Grandmaster will tell us how to free ourselves from suffering. What do you mean? What is liberation from suffering? A lot of people have given teaching before. lot of
防了，
the
我怎么
masters
能够解脱？
from other sect,
那个当然了，禅宗
from
的
other
故事就讲，
school. Now let's talk about the Zen.
谁把你绑住？
The Zen master would say,
谁把
who
你绑
bound
住？
you? Who trapped you?
你能够把绑住你的人找出来，
I want you. And
我来帮你解。
why don't you find a person to give you
那大家怎么去解？
to brought upon this
所以
bondage, the
这个
person
解
that
脱
trapped
并
you?
不是我们身上面这样子
I
用
tell
绳
you,
把我们绑住。
If you can bring this person to
是
me,
我
I
们
help you
整
to
个
unleash
身
the
体
bondage.
里面
But
的心
actually, who
我们的
bonds you?
心
You
被绑
cannot
了
find the person.
我们的
Actually,
意念
it's
被绑了
yourself, your mind and
我们
your
种
heart
种的行
inside
为
of you.
被绑
Your
了
behavior is your bondage.
然后我们就要用
You are trapped
佛法来解
because of
脱
yourself. Then use the
所以
Dharma to
师
free
尊很
yourself.
慈悲
Grandmaster extremely
把这
compassionate.
些口诀全部
He-
写在书上面
he-。
我希望大家
He is so
不要
compassionate.
错过。
He has
如果
written
你
down
想
all
知
the
道
pitfall
这本
teaching
书，大家可以在
how to be
般若
free.
藏上面看。
Then you must
现
purchase
在
this
真
book,
佛般若
or
藏已经有出来，
or you
当然并不是全部，
read
并不是全
the
部。
book from
但
the
是大
Boye
家
website.
可以先睹为快，
In
先
fact,
看
read it
看
first.
看
You may
对
not
你
understand
有
it
什
all,
么帮
but
助。
read it
说
first.
不定
See
你
what
看一
kind of
边
help you will
你
receive.
可能已经悟到很多东
And it
西。
in fact, you might,
这个就是我们
when you read it,
要
you'll be
非常感谢
able
我们的根本
to
上师，
comprehend. You
因
will
为
have a lot of
他把这些
realizations.
口诀
We got to be very
完全
grateful
写
because of
出来。
Grandmaster
所
completely
以
open
以
and
后
has
大家
written
都不
all
要
the
讲
pitfall teachings to
师尊都没有
everyone.
教我
So
法，
please don't ever
千万不要这样
believe
讲。
or say
师尊
that Grandmaster never
写
taught
了
me
200
anything,
多
never
本
taught me
书
any Dharma.
全部
Grandmaster
都是
written more
讲
than
法的。
200 books,
里边
all
全
about
部都是
Dharma
教我们
teaching.
怎么去修行。
And it teaches you how to
如
practice
果
the Dharma,
你没有去
how to
看它，
use it. If you do not
那这个就
read
没
it,
办法
if you
了。
do not read them,
啊
there's
是你
nothing
自
he
己
can
放
do
弃，
because you're the one
你自己放
who
弃自己的
forsake the
权利，
opportunity. You are letting
是
go
没
your
有
own
办法人家帮
rights.
到你的。
How no one can
假
help
如
you
我
except
们常讲，
yourself, just like what
你
everyone
一直讲
people
我
say.
肚子很饿，
I'm
我肚子很饿，
starving. I'm
但
so
是摆着
hungry.
满桌的都
But
是食
there
物，
is
你
food
自己没有拿来
on the
吃，
table. But
难
if
道
you
还要别
do
人喂你吗？
not take it, you do not.
问题就在这里。
But if you don't go to get a
所
plate
以
for
我们要了
yourself,
解到，佛法
what can we do? You want
并
someone
不
to
是
feed
说
you?
一定要
Dharma.
讲给你们听，你们才听得到。
Dharma
不是的
teaching is not just one on
要
one.
自己
If it's not
把
one on
握
one,
机会，
you do
要自己
not
真的去学习，
able
这个才是
to learn.
真正自
If
己
you want to
得到
learn, you
并不是
you
帮人家
have
得到。
to go
我们只有
read it
了解
yourself.
苦
You
以外
gotta go
更
receive
要
it
了
yourself.
解因果。
Another thing, we have
佛
to
法
understand
完全是讲因果。
in that Buddha
如
Dharma
果大
also
家要了解到
teach you
这一辈子
karma
我为什么这
retribution.
么苦，
Now, how do you free your?
Nani,
You have,
go on.
if you want to want to be free, you can
过去-
understand karma
我过
retribution.
去一
Why
定
am I
做了很
suffer
多
so
不好
much?
的事情，
Then you understand
这一
I
辈
must
子
done
才
all the
这么苦。
wrongdoing. This is why you're suffering this life
因为这个就是因果。
because
如
this
果
is
你看到
karma.
有一些人，
If
为
you
什
see
么哪些人
someone
这么有钱？
They're so
为
wealthy,
什
so
么他要什么
resourceful.
就有什么？
Everything they want, it comes
你
true.
要想想看，他过去
But you gotta think
他有
about
做
it
六波罗
You-
蜜，
because the
六度波
person
罗蜜，
that
因为我们要
resourceful
先
in
了
this
解到
life because in past life he or she must have
真
done
正的
all the
解
good
脱
deed that's
真正
had
的
practiced
解
the
脱
six
对大
parameters
乘来
in
讲
his last
就以六波
past
罗蜜
life.
来解脱，
So how are you going to
小乘的
attain
就要
Mahayana?
离苦得乐，
It's from the six
要把
paramita.
苦能够
And
自己
the
解掉
Mahayana is what
你才能够解脱。
they understand
所以
the
这个就是我们
they
要
have wisdom
了解
to
因果里
understand
面
the suffering,
自己做了什么，自己种
so
过
they
什么
help
因，
themselves.
这一辈子
So, if you understand the karma retribution, then you know what you have today, what you receive today, it's because your wrongdoing in the past life. So once you understand it, there's no reason to envy, there's no reason to get jealous. Then what happened? You just try hard in this life, you be diligent. Then what happened? In your next life, I tell you, you'll be much better off, you'll be more relaxed. Maybe you even be able to break through that you would not reincarnate again. You're free from the reincarnation wheel. So very important. Learning the Dharma, you gotta understand suffering, you gotta understand karma retributions. Suffering, it's inflicted because of yourself. So in fact, good or bad, you gotta understand. If this life is not good, then you must repent. Repent that the mistake that you have conducted in this life and in your past life. Past lives. So you gotta learn. You gotta learn how to help others to have immeasurable joy, free from suffering. How do we able to? How do you have no discriminations towards others? Good to you or not good to you? You care for them, you will treat them the same. That is the practice of Mahayana practice. So you got to know what you want to do. You choose. Hayana is a small vehicle practice. The small vehicle practice, you just take care of yourself. People, what they do is none of your business. You just concern about yourself and be able to attain freedom. But if you have your own wish that you want to help others, not only that you want to be free, but you want people to come before you. For example, if you see other people suffering starvation, you're willing to give them your own meal, and even though you're hungry, if you have or not, it doesn't matter. I tell you, if you have this giving heart, you will be able to have achievement much faster than the person want to attain Hinayana, the person only look after themselves. If you often want to help others, if you have this heart of intentions, and then you know what is going on? You are holding the precepts. The why? How come if you want to help other, you are actually holding the precept? And why? Because the seven Buddhas from the past has given a teaching in a verse. What is the verse? Practice all good deed and do not commit bad deed. You are devotedly to do right doing in your whole life. Happily that you will to honor and practice benefiting others. So that means you are holding the precept, because it's very hard to sacrifice yourself for the benefit of others. It's not easy at all. Then you have to think of someone else before you. Now let's see the next phrase. You be willing to do good deeds. all willing to do all kind of good deed that benefit yourself and others. This is easy. If you can live your life with this principle if this is your life principle, you're going to be happy because people can feel the joy. Because when you see people enjoy, you would see that is your own joy. And I tell you, this type of joy, it's priceless. You cannot use money and buy this joy and purchase this joy. If you can do this, and in fact, if you see others' joy, people's joy is your own joy, you are already walking on the path of free from suffering and have happiness. And if you can do that, you're halfway there to freedom of happiness. So Dharma, to learn Buddha Dharma actually is not hard. It's just that you gotta have patience and persevere. You just gotta be honest and go step by step. If you can do that honestly, and then if you can do that step by step, I believe we're all going to get there faster than you think. Now, the next phrase is that you need to be mindful that you purify, if all your thought must be pure. Do not dwell on someone else's shortness, and don't always questions and others people's thoughts. They think of people that don't think of the poisons like greediness, doubtfulness, hatred mind. All that hatred mind. Don't think of negative thoughts. If you don't think, if you don't focus on someone else's shortcomings, then what happens? You will stop out of it. Because when you stop that, your heart naturally open. Naturally. Then in fact, you give praise to what they do. If you praise, then what happened? Praise brings happiness to the person you praise and also yourself. So you gotta understand. If you understand this, the meaning of this philosophy, if people give you criticism, then you don't take, you just take it like a grain of salt with respect, and you just keep your mind in peace. And if you can do that, you will be liberated. And furthermore, then you will understand the theory of you do whatever you do, no intention, and there's nothing ever happen. So that means whatever you do, if you conduct a good deed for the benefit of others, you don't hold it in your heart. Just now, it's like when you have your breakfast in the morning, then you run to the bathroom. You're not going to record it because this is supposed to be how it is. Because you do what you're supposed to do. So you're not going to remember what you have done. So in fact, when you be able to help others and you're able to hold positive thoughts in your daily life naturally, without intention, if you can do it naturally, you are practicing the Dharma, you have learned the Dharma well. This is what it means that you understand this and you will follow this philosophy day by day, step by step, do all good deeds and free from committing wrongdoing. And you would commit it diligently your whole life. And if you can do this, you already catch on the essence of liberation and how to free from suffering to attain happiness. In this book, Grandmaster will give you all the pitfall teaching, but because of the time restriction, I'm not able to give you too much. I hope that I have the opportunity again that I will share my own view, my own comprehension. I'm really grateful to everyone to listen, and we are very grateful, Master Redmond, for sharing his insight. Next week, same time, we have invited the lawyer, Master Joe, to let us know how to use this website. This is very great opportunity. Thank you, everyone.